Pokemon TCG Pocket. The first one is a Wonder Pick event that, there it is, that you can see here. You get a free pick of either some Wonder Pick hourglasses, some event points that you can use for exchanging for like sleeves and stuff, and then a Chansey or Meowth, and then there's also a Chansey and Meowth promo that you can get from a like a special Wonder Pick that does require your things. So I guess we can do this really quickly. I am abysmal at Wonder Pick. I was told that there's a there was originally a glitch where you're if you spam the skip button that's down here at the bottom at the start, and then go to where the card was originally at first, so the Chansey was here first, you would then end up getting said card. It worked like maybe once for me, but it was coincidental because everything had shuffled around, and it just happened to go back to the same spot. But the other events are battle events. So there's a PvE and a PvP event that I want to take a look at today. The first one here is the Lapras EX drop event that I've actually already completed because I got insanely lucky. But this allows you to get promo packs, which allows you to get some promo cards. Some of them are cards we already had, like these Butterfree and this Clefairy and this Pikachu that just have different art. But this Mankey and this Lapras EXE are brand new, so you get your hand on that. And basically how this event works is you just fight a Lapras EX and a Starmie EX deck. I got insanely lucky when this event started the same first day, because I managed to pull myself my first copy of the Pikachu EX, which is one of the top decks that's running around. I guess if you want to talk competitively for this game, this is one of the top decks, right? And I managed to pull it, which is great because it really helped me instantly clear the event. And then I also managed to get a second one shortly after that. So we're going to just go through this event real quick. I already have all the events. I got super lucky in that not only the day of the event I got the Pikachu EX, so I was able to build a deck around it. I ended up getting a lot of the other cards later on. I didn't have the Voltorb and all that stuff with me, so I was running Blitzel and Heliolisk, which I think are still really good in the deck. I just like Voltorb because he has free retreat cross, or I should say not Voltorb, but Electrode has a free retreat cost, so. But we're gonna go ahead and throw this down. I got really lucky that the same day of the event I got the Pikachu EX, and then I managed to, for the entirety of the event, clear it on the same day and get 2 of each of the promos right away. Because there's some people that have not even gotten the Lapras EX and stuff like that. I got that instantly, so I was insanely lucky when it came to this event. Pikachu is pretty interesting. What he can do essentially is for every for every electric Pokemon that you have on your bench, this guy here can, maybe we'll play this down. This guy here can get an additional 30 for his attack. It costs 2 energy, so it takes a little bit to set up, but not too long. And that, for this event, ends up being 90 if you have a full back row, and then that ends up swinging for 90, and then it gets the type advantage, so it can swing in for a total of 110 in this event, which basically clears almost everything. You saw the infamous Misty just now, which has been making rounds online constantly with just memes and people talking about it, because one, the CPU here uses it and it's insane, but also people have been using it online and getting insane results where they get 200 and something heads or something insane, because she just says you flip until you get tails, and for every heads you attach a water energy to a Pokemon, so it just keeps going until you hit it, right? So we're just gonna go ahead and clear this Staryu, who's a pain in the ass, because it evolves into Starmie EX, who instantly, for 2 energy, does 90 damage, which clears a lot of Pokemon, including the Heliolisk and the Blitzel that you can use for this event. Those are the budget options, so it really sucks that it just instantly destroys them, right? And you have no way to do anything about that. Let's go ahead and try and build up, I guess, this, because I'm bound to draw into what I need. which is the Electro to evolve it. But let's go ahead and take out this here. All they have left on the bench is the Staryu. If they bring that in and give it the water energy for the turn, they can at most do 20 damage, so I should be just fine here. As I was talking about getting lucky, there we go. I've gotten lucky that they didn't manage to play the Lapras or do anything like that throughout this game. There he is. Because that's kind of the big thing with this event, is that the computer would just go into this Lapras, use the Misty to get it the 3 energy that it needs. Then it can do 80 damage, which clears most Pokemon for the most part. But then it also heals itself for 20, and it has a base 40 HP. So it's a rather strong Pokemon to have to go up against if you don't, for example, have electric types. Especially ones that are strong, because most of the like non-EX or non-3-stage evolution electric types or anything like that only have like 80 to 90 HP, so they get cleared really easily by even just the like Golduck and stuff like that, right? But that is the event, right? You just fight up against Lapras EXE. I got really lucky there, and then you get some promo packs. You also get some just normal shop tickets, and you also get yourself a promo pack, which goes to your thingamajiggy here, gifts, and you can just open that for a chance to get a promo. Let's see what we get here. So the promos are the Clefairy, Pikachu, the Mankey, which has a new effect here that says if you attack, he does 30 for 1 energy, and if you do attack, he pings himself for 10 damage, which then works really well with his evolution. Which, speaking of, we're gonna go ahead and jump onto the next event here and go into the event match here. So this is a PvP event where you just fight against people as much as you can. I've been told that the max wins you can get for this is 45, which is insane. But I've been making it through with basically the deck that I showed off last time, right? The Ninetales Ponyta deck. Really, the only difference I did at the suggestion of a friend is take out the Magmar, and I managed to add in a Giovanni, second copy that I just managed to pull, and it's been working really well. I managed to get up to like 21 or 20 wins so far. But what we're going to be using today is actually this, which is probably going to ruin whatever win streak I had, which is this clunky little Mankey deck, right? So this has been somewhat of a budget option that you've been seeing running around, because Pikachu EX is really popular, but it's weak to fighting type Pokemon. So there's this really nice sort of rock, paper, scissors, or like triangle in the format to an extent right now, where Mankey can beat Pikachu XE, and Pikachu EXE can kind of beat Mewtwo, and then Mewtwo instantly kills Mankey, but also Pikachu EXE kills, more specifically kills Lapras, right? But it's just interesting how things work out. But the main thing here is that we have this Primate that deals 100 damage, because if he has any damage, he can do 60 plus damage, which is 100 total, which is a lot, right? That clears things a lot. Here's the event Chansey that I'm just using as just a ways to soak up damage, because if we take a look at my card pool here, when it comes to fighting Pokemon, I really don't have the best options. I guess I could try the Diglett Bug Trio, which I guess is something, right? Maybe we can try that instead. I just put the Chansey there just in case I needed to like pivot and have something to take hits. So we'll throw that in there. Maybe I'll take out this red card, and yeah, we'll take out the Amber. I've been playing the old Amber. I haven't actually been able to use it, but I've been playing the old Amber because apparently you can use that as a free switch in, because it counts as a Pokemon that you can play, and you put it on your bench or as your active, but you can just kill it off, right? And it doesn't award your Pokemon any points if you do it, so you can use that to get a free switch in. But we should be okay. We don't really have a lot of high energy or high retreat cost Pokemon here. So I don't really have any other choice. I have to go and throw out this Diglett here. And let's see if we instantly die. Yep, there's the Mewtwo. Great. So we're boned here. We should be relatively okay here. We'll see how this plays out. See if we can get... Alright, so we got the Mankey here, which is decent. So we can go ahead and put that there. Yeah, let's go ahead and draw 2 cards. Alright, so we do get the Dug Trio, and this does Prevents all damage and effects done to this Pokemon. Alright, so I can try and cheese it. Mewtwo EX is extremely strong. It's one of the strongest decks right now because you pair it off with the Gardevoir, who allows it to give an energy to one of your Pokemon. But Mewtwo, yeah, he has 150, so he's kind of hard to kill. And he does 150 damage for 4 energy, which is basically killing just about everything, right, in one hit. But they can attach 2 energy to it every single turn, so 1 normally and then 1 from this Ralts that would eventually evolve into a Gardevoir, and its ability allows you to just give something energy. So what I'm going to try and do here is choose it with this Diglett, or I can go into the... well, I can't go into the Mankey because I basically die in a single turn, if we're being honest here. My best option might be to just evolve it. Here, let's go do this. And, well, yeah, let's just do this. Hit it with the 40, with the dig. And we're gonna, unfortunately, not get the heads. So we're gonna get hit with possibly 50 to 60 damage if they play a Giovanni here next turn. Which kind of sucks, not gonna lie. Kind of sucks ass, but we'll see. So they're gonna Professor's Research here to draw 2. Let's see if they play the Cura. Yeah, there's the Curla. And now they have the 2 energy, so they can use the Psychic Spear. I was considering going into the Primate. But if I had the Mankey from the start, I could have done something. Because I could have evolved. If I had gone second and I had the Mankey, I could have pinged it for 30. And then evolved and done 100 to it. So I would have... Hello. How are we doing today? Yeah, just in time. I have to tilt this 10 minutes. That should be, yeah, that's pretty lined up. How's everyone doing today on this Tuesday? It's a bit of a chilly Tuesday. Not that I had any time to actually go outside today, but it is rather chilly. It is almost like winter is upon us. Other than that, I'm very tired still from the dollar trip, which we'll get into in a bit. You get off work, Curly. If you got isekai to another world, what would your reaction be? I would probably panic and be full of anxiety because I want to just go home 90% of the time. So if you take me to somewhere where I literally cannot go home, I will probably freak out. And then maybe eventually I'll get adjusted and do the whole isekai thing. We're in flood seasons? Yikes. Do not like that. I don't remember if it actually rained here, because I came back home Sunday night, but there was supposed to be like a drought warning in my area because it had not rained in like an entire month. But I think it finally rained on Sunday, but I don't honestly remember. But I would have superpowers? I mean, yeah, I guess it depends on when I would figure that out. You can't rains that last more than an entire day non-stop. Yeah, we apparently need some of that up here because it is apparently not not wet enough or something like that. I don't know. Gonna try things a little bit differently. I guess like a throwback. We'll play some Catherine, the song, not the game. Wouldn't mind playing the game, but the song specifically. Pocket Stream 1. I don't know if anyone would ever be interested in that, but I sure would. But I'm pretty sure that would not be something on this channel that would work out. This is not Vanguard. Yeah, as soon as you do something not Vanguard related, everyone's just like, what the fuck? Ew! So probably have to be like on the gameplay channel or something like that, but I don't know what the scene for Pokemon TCG Pocket is right now. I know I randomly I'll click on Twitch, and I got suggested some guy that was playing the game, but I don't know if, I'm assuming it's pretty big, considering like it's a relatively new and big thing right now, but I don't know. I haven't really seen any like crazy clips or anything like that. Fortnite stream one? Probably never, because I've never played Fortnite in my entire life. I remember I downloaded it in like 2017 or 18 or something like that onto my Switch because it was free. And I was like, yeah, I should try this game out. And I just never did. I might have booted it up and it might have asked me to like sign in or something, and then I was just like, yeah, I'm not gonna do this right now, I'm gonna do some other shit, and I just never went back to it. So I don't know if Fortnite is the type of game that I would definitely be interested into. Not that I'm like, I don't know if I'm super into third-person shooters. I play a lot of Splatoon, or I did, but it's not that I'm against like shooters or anything like that, but it's definitely not something I play that much anymore. Hey Azim, good morning. Stepbrother download Fortnite on your Switch without your permission. Our account is permanently marked as having owned that thing. Good. But yeah. All right, let's get into now partial to battle royale games. I'm not so much either, to be honest. I like the concept and the nuance of it. So when it comes to like, I haven't been able to play the F-Zero one yet, but like the Tetris 99 is pretty cool. Mario 90 or 35, that was really cool, right? So I like the concept of it. The whole shooting concept of it, not so much. So I used to play PUBG early on when it first like released, right before Fortnite became basically PUBG, right before it stole all of PUBG's ideas. I played PUBG and it was like cool, but it's definitely not my cup of tea, to be honest. I don't think it's something I'd really get into that much. But especially the fact that like you start around, there's 100 of you, you die, and it's just like, oh, okay. Fuck, that's it. So that's why I could never get into that, or I could never get into like in Modern Warfare, where all my friends wanted to play. I think it was hardcore is what they called it. But if I got the mode where basically you die, you have one life, right? You die, that's it. You're out of the round. I just could not. I play too fast and loose to just be out of it like that. So I game on your MetaQuest once. Interesting. Reckon there was like 3 of them announced per week. Probably. But yeah, the ones that are not just shooters are interesting. I feel like there was one recently that was announced. I don't remember. I shouldn't say recently, but there was like a, I don't know, like a fight, like the superhero one. I think that was a battle royale, but I don't know if that got canceled already. But in any case, let's stand up the headline and go over this morning's reveals, which isn't much, to be honest. It would be probably a quicker stream than usual. Fortnite is friends. Friends, I don't care. Play with me, Carly. Sure thing. Like, I'm not saying I have anything against those games. Like, if it's with friends, yeah, I'll definitely do that. Myself, I will not be playing that. I don't think I can enjoy that. But if it's with like other people, sure, I'd be down to do that. Same thing with like Fall Guys and like any of those games in that category. Like playing it myself, yeah, I don't know if I could do that. Maybe Fall Guys because I like platforming. So maybe that's a bad example. But yeah, stuff like PUBG, Fortnite, and all that other stuff. Play that by myself? Nah, I'm good. Overwatch? I can't play that by myself anymore. Nah, I have to play with someone. Hey, show. But yeah, we'll go over this morning's reveals, which was literally just the new Gramgrace and Farvio, who I have many opinions about, honestly. Very interesting designs, effect designs, I guess is what I'm trying to go for. We have some messages from the drop zone, and I can sort of talk about my Delph experience a bit. I have a vlog, hopefully, coming out this Friday, but we can talk about it here as well, and we can go over the results and stuff from this and Lemme, which happened this past weekend. But of course, before that we have the card of the day. When am I gonna game? Just let me know, and I'll probably tell you I'm busy. And we'll make it happen. Jonas for Fall Guys, DGen hours only. Why DGen hours? Oh, because you want me to play at like my 3 in the morning or something like that? Like when it's not with sweats and good company, it's good fun. I'm not even good at shooters, but apparently I'm good with snipers. Interesting. Your 6 p.m. is like, that's like my 11. No, not even. Yeah, it is like my 11 or something like that. Jesus. Online games are full of nothing but tryhards. Not necessarily. I mean, it's kind of hard to not encounter tryhards in something like Fortnite, assuming it's the same thing. I literally don't know. I'm assuming it's the same thing as PUBG, where it's like 100 people for the Battle Royale. So I find it hard to believe that out of 100 people, none of them are going to be tryhards. But yeah. And the way I find Splatoon's better than Fortnite, that is very true. Yeah, I can attest to that. That's why I spend most of my time when I played Splatoon regularly. It was in Salmon Run, not so much in Turf War. Turf War's fine. It's just kind of whatever sometimes because oh man, you're not gonna get me started. Like Turf War is cool. I like Turf War. The problem is that if the other 3 people on the team aren't on the same fucking page, Turf War sucks balls, right? Because you just randomly load up, and then there's these motherfuckers with the fucking what are they called? I forget what they're called, but the sniper equivalents, the Chargers, right? In Turf War, right, where it doesn't cover anything, any ground, and the whole objective of the game is to cover ground with your ink. And then you have these motherfuckers walking around thinking this is Call of Duty, trying to get their fucking KDR real high and shit, while we lose every game because they didn't cover any goddamn ink. So sometimes Turf War drives me insane. Sometimes I'll play the rank modes, right? I don't care what anyone has to say. Clan Blitz is just a whole mess. I avoid it like hell. Same thing with Rainmaker. I can't get behind Rainmaker. Tower control though, I can fucks with. It's kind of the same thing where if like your team sucks balls, you know, it's whatever, and I never have enough people to actually play like friends. It's just me and my fiance and that's it, right? There's never usually enough people to get on team with and play. And then whatchamacallit? What's the last one called? Splat Zones? Splat Zones is really good. I really like Splat Zones a lot, especially because the weapons I usually use are ones that cover a lot of ground at a lot more close range, i.e. the arrow spray. But I'm not busy at 11 p.m. I am probably in bed playing Pokemon Pocket about to pass out, so I would say that's pretty busy. Playing shooter games is a good practice when the zombie invasion happens. I don't know about that. Enough of those skills will translate. But gaming boomer offline single player stuff only? No, that's lame. Gotta play a little bit of everything. Used to be one of those Xbox 360 kids cursing on Call of Duty back in the day. I mean, I did used to play a lot of Call of Duty. I specifically got I got a PS3 to play Call of Duty with my friends, but also because Kingdom Hearts was supposed to come out. And this was like 2007 or something like that, but I got Call of Duty to play Modern Warfare 2. Sorry, I got a PS3 to play Modern Warfare 2 with my friends. That was the hot shit. That's when like fucking Call of Duty was like Call of Duty and shit blew up. And like everyone and their mother was playing Call of Duty. I was one of those kids that played Call of Duty. I didn't play it like crazy, but I played a lot of Call of Duty with my friends. And I spent a lot of time playing Overwatch. Only Overwatch 1. I haven't touched Overwatch 2 at all. But like games, that'd be cool. I'm so based. Salmon Run, yes. What is COD Zombies? Seriously, Salmon Run is amazing. I wish I could play it more regularly, but again, it's just me and my fiance regularly. Sometimes we have another friend that can join us, but yeah, it's just kind of hard to get used to. I tried to make a thing. It's too late now, I guess, but I guess I can keep it up. But I'd wanted to make a thing where like every Friday or something like that, but it's always difficult because it's like if there's not a tournament, it'd be like the anime episode or something like that. So maybe it was like Monday or something like that. Oh, but then we watch wrestling. Some day of the week, right at night, I was gonna make it so that me and my fiance would just lock in and we would play Splatoon, right? Because we like the game, we just never have the time to play it. So it's a bit disappointing that I have to schedule in time to try and do the thing that I enjoy, but it is what it is. Like the Destiny 1 when it first came out, yeah, that's the one thing I never got into because I didn't have. That was on is that on Xbox? That was probably on Xbox, right? Because that's Microsoft. I probably would have really liked that a lot, but I never got into that side of things. By then I was already playing some other stuff. But I have a lot of friends that really like Destiny. So about 6 hours a day glued to the PS2 during teenagehood, and now I don't do gaming as much. Yeah, me too. Yeah, I had a modded PS2 in high school, so I was playing a fuck ton of games at the time. I shouldn't even say high school, because it was like after the prime of the PS2, so like the tail end of the PS2. I had a modded PS2, and that's where I played the fuck out of everything. And then we got a modded Wii as well. Whoo! I'm so mad that my modded PS2 eventually burnt out. If I go to work for snacks and stuff, or later. Okay, almost fell. But yeah, later. Take care. Then I hear logging on Friday night. We're gonna do some fighting games. I wish I could still play fighting games like I used to. I keep saying I will. Hopefully the game will go on sale so I can get Sparking Zero and play that over Christmas, but not Christmas, but the holidays, winter and whatnot. But we'll see. Did I mention spotted $2 pirated games? Sure, cheaper than full price games. $2. The hell are you paying for pirated games? The whole point of it being pirated is that you don't pay. But I know that used to be a thing way back when. But alright, let's get through these reveals. So this is gonna be the last, I believe, the very last of the quote-unquote reveals. We got fleet-footed Rewinder Akaba. That's partly the same prefix as Shoujo. But if your Vanguard is Rewinder or Kodo, this gets retrying. When it attacks your grade 3 guard, it gets 5k, and when you either have Limit Break or your Persona Ride, it gets another 10k when it attacks your grade 3 or greater. Then this is the effect crit, which I believe most of them, I forgot which one it is. I think it's like Grandpa. Some of them have slightly different names, but all of the effect crits are named exactly the same, and fronts and draws. Here's the effect crit, the effect draw, and the effect front, and that's it for all the Kodo collab nonsense. You can still play fighting games like a bunch of streamers can learn Street Fighter 6 in 2 weeks. You can too. Yeah, I heard about that. I wish I could have gotten to watch that. I'm not saying that I can't. Like, I'm not saying like I'm old or something. I just don't have the time to play fighting games like that anymore, and it just, fighting games are an insane time sink, right? It's not just like pick up a fighting game, have fun, go on about your day. 90% of the time that's not the case, right? Because like you'll play the story mode or whatever, arcade mode or whatever, and once that's done, the only thing that's left is to fight people online. And if you fight people online, if you suck ass, then you're not gonna have a good time, and the only way to get better is to invest time in it. I just got the time. I don't have the time to not suck ass, so we'll see. Tried playing the Kodo decks on CFA the other day. Things look whack, but they work. I don't know about whack. They all seem pretty solid. Then we have some actual cards of the day for set 6, which have also been, for lack of a better word, whack. This is Light Scaled Dragon Converse Skill. Dragon is just a grade 3 that says, Soul Blast 1, draw a card. Turns out we're getting 4 different generic common cyclers in set 6. We're getting grade 3s for every nation that say if retired by your opponent's card ability, Soul Blast 1, draw a card. We're getting grade 2 that says Energy Blast 3, Axe Skill, get 5k and boost to the end of turn. We're getting grade 1 that says if you Energy Blast say 3 or more this turn, this gets 5k. And we're getting, I think it was a grade 2 that says like on place, look at top 5 or something for a glitter, add it to your hand. If you did, put it into your soul. Which is like, alright, these effects are all okay except maybe for the grade 3s, but the fact that we're getting so many of them is a little bit not that bad proof. I also suck ass. Yeah, but you actually play it a lot more than I do. Just like the old days of half the common bulk slots being the same card for every clan. Yeah, exactly. It's kind of lame, not gonna lie. Kind of lame, especially considering how cool this set is. Overall, it has a lot of cool stuff, and at the same time, it has a lot of boring stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really like it too much. In any case, we have some somewhat new cards here. This is the Knight of Clear Light, Margain. So when this boosts, if you have a greater Vanguard, you may have this unit get 5k. And if you did, at the end of that battle, put this unit into soul. So, pretty good. You know, pretty good. Not bad. 13k booster, and then it gives you soul. So, pretty good. It's not locked to your opponent being grade 3, which is nice at least. It is an auto skill, so it's not like on place, so you can just have this. Then when you reach grade 3, it gets 5k and equals to soul. So, not bad. Since be like this, remember the random support set support common grade 3s in sets 11? I don't remember us getting cyclers in set 11, to be honest. It's another reference to Gira. This really is the Gira and original Charlotte columns do the same thing. I mean, I don't know if that's specifically Gira, but yeah. Yeah, they've done that since the dawn of time, but yeah. Old? Not old! I'm young! But yeah, this seems really cool. I like these kind of cards. Especially in Keter. You know, free soul is nice. What the? Oh. Wrong thing. Then we got this thing, which I assumed was going to be the Soul Blast Draw 1, but it's actually something different. We got the Melfulis Dragon, who is an 18k body. And it says it cannot be ridden or normal called through a rear circle without a token unit. So this is kind of essentially another Shield Fisher to an extent, except once you get it out, you can attack with it. So it's kind of better Shield Fisher. You just play the Aurora line, and then you can ride into your 18k Vanguard. And that's it. Very, very interesting. I feel like we've gotten to the point where 18k is not really good, right? If they want to make something that's like has some sort of detrimental effect, it's gonna have to be like 23k at this point for it to be actually usable. Because like 18k is like okay, especially when there's so many cards that already get 5k, right? There's that whole meme about it. I feel like you're gonna have to do a little bit better than that, personally. It's one of those old dumbass Soul Blast 2 grade 1 double rares from a while back. Soul Blast 2 grade 1 double rares. They did a better job at hiding it, or at least across multiple sets. You put them all in the same one. Whack. Absolutely whack. Come on. Yeah, this is a card that does a thing. Then we got ourselves here Seaquake Dragon Current Burst Dragon, who I thought again was going to be one of these generic skills, but no, this one's actually unique. It says when this unit attacks Energy Blast 3, choose a Tier Dragon Vanguard, and both of them gets both that unit, your Vanguard and this unit get 5k to end of turn. So, alright. It's a shame it's a grade 3, but maybe you'll see play in Maelstrom. I feel like Flagberg has 50 other grade 3s it can play, but it is what it is. Why do these keep saying that you can't be ridden when they're vanillas on Vanguard? Yeah. Just so you can't just ride an 18k body and just sit on it. And it's not really that big of a deal, but yeah, you'd have to force your opponent to like get some sort of effect or something, otherwise they can't swing, and that might be unhealthy for the game. But like I say, it had to be 23 for it to warrant at this rate. But I don't want my sneak to be insane. Yeah, we'll have to see if there's actually anything that can generate plant tokens in this. There must be, right? Because Roro's in this set, so there's got to be at least one thing that gives you a plant token. So you can actually play that in the sneak peek. Otherwise, that's kind of stupid of them. This thing's alright. Then we got ourselves here Diligence Ferret. When this is placed on Garden Circle, if you have a Dragon Tree marker, until the end of the battle, this unit gets that. When it is retired, it goes into Soul and it gets 5k. Actually, this is the second time we've seen this. We have 5 generic commons that every nation is gonna get, because we had a Keter card that has the same exact effect. So that's 5 different commons, all of them the same exact effect for all of the nations. All right, so far literally copy and paste the set, but Shield Finisher Unaralka was a thing on premium. Doesn't matter if it has no effect, it just stride over it and you keep the big body, basically. Yeah, so that's kind of silly. But then we got ourselves here Fierce Pierce Dragon. The Rizino Ruthless. The Rizino Ruthless. The Rizino Ruthless, who is just, when retired, Soul Blast, draw 1. Then there's a Drifter Drill Dragon, who has a unique effect that says when this boosts, if your opponent's Vanguard is Grade 3 or greater and your opponent has no rear guards, this gets 10k power. So, alright, 18k. Fortunately, it is going locked to second, which is kind of lame, but 18k boosters, nothing to scoff at. And that's it for the card of the day. Because I just add insult to injury, yeah. Gotta pretend to have Spartan Marquis support somehow, right? I have somehow disabled the toolbar. I don't understand what it is about. Whoops, I'm gonna do that. I don't understand what it is about Internet Explorers that think I don't want the toolbar. Like, shut the fuck up. I have all my links there. Stop finding ways to hide the fucking toolbar. Right. Anyway, let's go over this morning's reveals, which is just, again, well, there's some other stuff, but it's mainly just new Gramgrace, new Farmville. Starting with the new Gramgrace and new Farmville. So they revealed this before when they revealed set 6. So it is possible these might get actually supported in this set, other than just their new forms. Who knows? So far, all we've seen is their new forms. So, we've got ourselves here. First one, Sword State Knight Dragon Emperor, Gramgrace Sieg. Potential friendly thanks to this. Oof. This one's chat delay. I don't know why that is. I don't know if I have to slow down, but according to YouTube, it's all like, oh, ultra low latency. But like, is it though? But yeah, it's probably a small text box on this dude. Yeah, it kind of is, huh? But he has 3 effects. First of all, your Persona Ride also increases the power of your back row. Then, an Axial, you can Soul Blast 1, choose any of your back row center rear guards, and it gets the continuous ability that it can attack from the back row, and it gets 10k power. Then, until the end of the turn, if your Vanguard, your opponent's Vanguard is Grade 3 or greater, you Energy Blast 3, and that unit and this unit get an additional critical to the end of the turn. Then it says at the end of the battle that your back row rearguard attacked, put that unit into soul. If you put a card into soul, draw a card at the end of that turn. So, a couple of things. It keeps the original skill of giving back Persona Rise to every unit, so that's okay. It has absolutely zero interaction with the original Gramgrace. It is not a cross ride, it is not anything. You can take the original Gramgrace, fucking throw it in the trash, right? Because there's just no connection to the original one. It's just flat out upgrade. On top of that, it has basically the same exact skill, just worded slightly different with a little bit of extras. So first off, it is now Soul Blast 1 instead of Counter Blast 1, Soul Blast 1. So that's much appreciated. That opens up the use of Counter Blast for certain things. You're not locked to your opponent CB denying you. You don't have to find weird ways to Counter Blast, right? You're not locked out of using certain cards because of the Counter Blast restriction. So that's nice. What you lose, unfortunately, is the fact that you get to draw a card. Originally it was CB1, Soul Blast 1, draw 1, and then call 1. Now it's just whatever you have back there, it gets the ability, right? It gets the same power and can attack from the back row. Now it also has the added benefit that you can Energy Blast 3, and you and your unit that you chose, the Vanguard and your unit, they get an additional critical. So that's really good, because now, going second, you can swing in 23k, 33k if you have double Dyphon, right? You can swing in 33k with a crit and triple drive, right? Because the Fafnir Blade, he still works. So you can have him swing at a crit, and then you can have your Gramgrace swing at a crit. That's pretty good. That's really good. That part's really good. This does restrict your energy uses, so one of the good things about the Counter Blast cost is you can now use stuff like Spiral Cutie, which might be something you use over the Biscotti, maybe, just because you want to Energy Blast 3 every single turn that you can to get the crits, which is alright. Biscotti and Spiral Cutie kind of do the same thing on Persona Ride, like second effect, but you also need the soul to make sure you have that every single turn to use the first skill, right? And you can't get the crit without the soul. Then it also says that at the end of the battle that your back row rear guard attacked. So if we have a way to enable back row attack, that would be really good, because it just says when a back row rear guard attacks. Typically that means from the first effect, but if you somehow find a way to get your other back row units to attack, you can end up putting them to soul and drawing cards, which would be really cool. I would like that for the deck. It'll basically be literally Keter Magnolia. The only problem with that is that it'll have the same problem as Magnolia, in that I'll have to find a way to fill out its board again every single turn, which might not be that big of an issue, given that Keter has like 50 units that can superior call and whatnot. But yeah, pretty interesting. The only issue that I can see right now is that you have to somehow get your Fafnir Bells back every single turn before you can at least try and draw into them. So now that grade 1 promo is probably going to be insanely good. I'm glad I bought my foil copies of her before this got revealed, because she can retire herself to add the grade 3. So if you can find a way to make her attack, I don't know if you can then retire her to still draw or something, but probably not. What grade 1? The little girl that's riding the little bug. Latch? Yes, Latch. Yeah. She's like $3. Okay. Because I got the foil recently, but I don't know if that's gotten sold out. But I already had her, but I got 4 of the foil. I'm the only one that's no longer excited for new forms if there's just slight upgrade to the old ones and not huge leaps in power like the grade 4 units. Yeah, so that's the other thing. This is a slight upgrade. It's nothing insane. It doesn't change the deck. I don't think it should be huge leaps per se. So I'm like on the fence about it, personally. On the one hand, the fact that it's not huge power creep constantly is good, right? Bushiroad has been relatively good with power creep since at least the Vines, where everything has been relatively at a steady pace, going up slightly, right? Hasn't been insane. At the same time, we've been getting a lot of new forms for things, sometimes way sooner than we should have, and some of these new forms aren't insanely strong, that maybe they didn't entirely warrant a new form, some of them did. So I don't know how I feel about it. Personally, lack of power creep is nice. Just getting new forms for the sake of new forms, to just add one line of text, I don't know how I feel about that. But I don't know. The new grade 3s don't always have to be a drastic change. No, they don't have to be. They could be. They don't have to be. The boss is usually solid in most cases. Yeah, they're definitely upgrades at the very least. I can't think of any situations. I think literally only Barrow is the only situation where it's like, all right, maybe the old one isn't as bad, but yeah. Yeah, even the grade 4s weren't crazy. Yeah, they weren't that crazy. Maybe at the time they seemed insane, but they're not absolutely that crazy or that aligned compared to what we're seeing now, right? But so the main upgrades with the grade 4s was removing the annoying cost. Not really, not at all. Every single one of them increased the offensive output of the deck, plus it gave them triple drive. But I don't know. I guess my gripe is that aside from them not being like huge upgrades, they don't really change the deck massively. For the most part, right? Like Barrow really hasn't really changed massively. Eugene, relatively the same. Medial, relatively the same type of deck. And I'm not saying it has to have a huge rework, but there's a huge difference between Magnolia and Magnolia Elder, you know, Seraph and Seraph Purelight, right? Kind of a huge difference between Bastion and Bastion Prime, that they just became completely new and evolved decks. But these are just kind of like, it's just a new form that slightly does one thing better, but I don't know. Never change the deck, they just help make their gimmick better. I don't know about that. Vehemence Bruce is pretty different from the original grade 3 Bruce, and Jiva is pretty different from the original Nirvana. I think those are the only real grade 3 new grade 3s we got before the recent wave that we've been getting. Yeah, Bastion Accord is it's pretty different, I would say. I think it's different enough, barely, but it's like it's different enough compared to Bastion Prime. Wow. Man, isn't that different? Still restands and asks you to play football. I don't know about that. It's a pretty different deck. I don't know about all that. It's a pretty different deck. But that gives a static 5k to the front row, or negates defensive triggers. Negates defensive triggers, that's a bit much. But yeah, so that does put into perspective what possible upgrades might be for upcoming decks like Flagberg, where I'm assuming, based on everything we've been seeing, it's going to be the same exact effect, just a slightly different cost and like one more line of text. That seems to be like the consensus, right? It's just if the cost gets altered and it gets slightly one more line of text. Don't expect like a giant new effect or something crazy for your boss to do. It's probably just going to get one more effect and slightly different costs. That's about it. So I can imagine Flagberg being exactly the same. They might go the barrel route where it's like if you get, they add an extra one where it's like if you get 6 attacks, you get Battle Door. Like they might even just be lazy and do it that way, but I don't know. We'll see. Bastion Record removes the only grade 3 restrictions, but you still do play grade 3s, you get stronger. Yeah, I'm just shooting from Blackbird Dog. Fair. That's fair. Negating defensive triggers was a huge Aqua Force thing, because otherwise Aqua Force was completely ass. What card in Aqua Force negates triggers? I do not remember that at all, to be honest. Valios? Oh, the very last Aqua Force unit release. What do you mean a huge Aqua Force thing? And you say the last one ever released in G. I can't with you sometimes. I can't. I cannot. God. Unbelievable. A huge Aqua Force thing. Names the very last 2 Aqua Force cards released. Okay. Sorry. He was sincere because damn shield still existed. Yeah, he was indeed kind of shit. I was actually hoping to see if maybe he'd ever become anything, but yeah. Anyways, all right, let's take a look at Farmneil. So we've got Purgatory, Great Dragon Emperor, Farmneil, Rheingold. So this one, I've done like 50 different takes because I keep rereading it and seeing different things. So let's see. Boy, he sucks. So he says, during your turn, if your opponent is grade 3 or greater, and you have the original Farmneil in your soul, all your front row get 10k power, and this unit gets a crit. So it's an extension of its original skill, where if you did not ride, he gets 10k power and a crit. Now it gives 10k power to the front row. So that's okay. That's solid. That's appreciated. Then it says at the beginning of your main phase, choose a card from your drop, put it into your soul, choose one of your opponent's rear guards, and retire it. So that kind of sucks. Putting something from drop is good. That part is good. The retire effect is the same, but it butchers the original skill, which was like make your opponent choose one of their rear guards, they retire it. Then you put a card from hand into soul if something was retired this turn to draw 1. So it allows you to cycle. Now you don't even do that at all. That was a completely separate skill. Now you don't draw from something getting retired. You just retire once at the beginning of main phase, and that's it. That's kind of whack. That's kind of whack. That was like the coolest thing about Farmneil, right? And like integral to the deck, and now they just took it off. That's kind of weird. Trying to run this in the right deck and try to high roll drawing with a 1-off. Oh gee, that's stupid. You can also just play Forbidden Adult to get access to it and then push it into soul somehow, but that's stupid. The only thing that Speak Aqua Force is to use rear card to poke and then attack with the Vanguard last. Yeah, basically. This is a turn 4 card. I mean, so you can still draw on turn 4. Yeah, you have to ride deck original. Which makes this kind of ass. They need to give him a support card aside from like Miroslava. Well, Miroslava's probably the best option that just lets you pull this out from soul into hand, like end of turn. Like at the end of the battle, that like let it count as a grade 3 in soul. Then at the end of the battle, she boosts, she goes to soul, and she grabs one of this and adds it to your hand. Right? That'll make the deck a lot less clunky. Otherwise, you have to just draw into these to ride into it while you're soul charging a bunch of shit, which kind of sucks. But then it has the same second skill, where if you have 13 or more in your soul that are dark states, you counterblast 2, or alternatively, you can put a Farmneil from your hand into soul. So once again, a card that lets you grab the original, or either, you know, a Farmneil, I should say, from your soul into hand is very much needed for this deck. But you can alternatively play the cost of putting Farmneil into soul in order to stand as an attack again. Just -1 drive. But then it also says at the end of your turn, if your Vanguard is the new Farmneil, sorry, the old Farmneil, you can ride this Farmneil as your Vanguard. So that means that if you can get this guy into your soul, the new guy, while you have the old guy, next turn, you'll be on the new guy, and then you can persona ride with another one. But you still need somehow a way to get all of these copies into your hand / soul consistently to make this deck work. And then that way you can actually activate double persona ride in a sense, because you'll have normal persona ride and you'll have the other one in your soul. You should still be able to use the old card that lets you persona ride, the old promo. You should be able to use that as well for this, so that allows you to persona ride more consistently. But yeah, it's gonna need a good support card that lets you grab Farmville. The fact that you don't draw anymore, and they like took away its cool gimmick of like every time you retire you put something to draw, kind of bogus. But it does have some upsides, right? 10k to front row is nice because that's one of its weaknesses, is that its rear guards didn't do shit. Now they can actually hit for some sizable numbers. Getting stuff from drop is pretty cute, so you can constantly recycle certain things like the Squid Freaks. But I don't know, Squiddy I think binds himself, right? So not Squid Freaks, but you can definitely cycle some stuff, which is nice. But yeah, I don't know. The players aren't fond of following some designs, but you have a reason to sell the new great triple rare searchers. I mean, yeah, I guess you're right. That is a thing. When you're right, you're right. Yeah, I guess you would have to get this dumbass ship using that card. Yeah, like this isn't horrible. It's weird, right? Because this one you have to use the old one, and I feel like I don't know, I feel like they butchered the two cool things about Farmville, which was one, like I mentioned, the retire, you put something so draw, because they work kind of like Sacrifice Glass, but slightly different. So I don't know if they were like, oh, Sacrifice Glass already does this, let's take it away from Farmville, which is kind of lame. But then two, Farmville's thing was that you could only have one Farmville in your entire deck, which was like cool. That was a cool gimmick, but they didn't do anything with it, really, other than like have ways for you to persona ride. And then with the upgrade, they completely discarded that idea entirely, because there's not really any sort of semblance. Like, reading this, you wouldn't know that you could only play one copy of the original, which is like the two most unique things about Farmville, and they just stripped it away, which kind of sucks. The other great thing that binds itself to activate persona won't work for the double. Sorry, when I say double persona, I mean that you can persona ride, and then you get the first effect to give 10k to the front row again. So not actual double persona ride, but you get the numbers as if you persona rode twice. That's what I was trying to say. But yeah, you can't ride it from hand and also use the grade 3 because the timing. That's what I meant by double persona. Because you can get 10k to the front row and also have persona ride power, right, which is a total of 20. Sorry for the confusion. They had the end of phase from Soul, so you can keep the no re-ride thing. Yeah, like, I don't know, like, I don't know, like, that part's kind of cool, that you instantly go into the new one and you constantly get persona ride power on your next turn, whether or not you see persona ride. So that's kind of nice. But yeah, the fact that they took away both the gimmicks of the deck, I don't really like that, or the fact that they didn't do anything with it either. Otherwise, this is like fine. The fact that they took away the draw really sucks. I'll say that much. That he has no other way to draw, that really does suck. When his deck already had a hand issue, and now they took away his only way. It wasn't like a plus, but at least you would cycle things, right? You'd get rid of your grade 3 bricks to maybe draw a trigger to guard with. Now you can't do that. So that's a bit unfortunate. But
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see. The support will definitely make or break these if they actually get support. Again, they made a big deal about these, so I'm assuming they'll get supported. At least with 1 or 2 cards. The fact that it wasn't revealed at the same time as these guys is a little concerning. But for grade 3, with grade 1, I get 2K in Soul. Yeah, I mean, you're basically playing 4 of this, 4 of the counter charge grade 3, 4 of the Persona Ride grade 3, 4 of the grade 1 that puts itself into Soul and gets 2K grade, and 4 of the grade 1 Dragon that also counts as a grade 3 in Soul. Maybe 4 Squid Freaks, and that's literally the list, and 4 Tizark. And I don't know how much that is. So it's what, 12, 16, 20, 24. So you have 6 spaces left for something that's not a trigger or PG. So you can play 2 of the set 5 triple rare. So you have 4 for 1 new card, hopefully, and that's the entire list. So you have 4 spots for the last card, maybe 3 if you want to play like Forbidden Doll or something like that. And that's the whole deck, essentially. Reprint the CC grade 3, by the way. Yeah, they should 100% do that. I don't understand why they haven't done that yet. I don't know why they decide to not give us box toppers. Like, if they don't have shit to give out, and then not reprint shit like this, but it is what it is, I guess. Come on, earlier, and he felt kind of bad. Why do I have to play the OG? I don't know. Yeah, they could have done a little bit more with this guy, in my opinion, but I don't think it's bad per se. It could have been better. I can't say it's bad until they reveal this possible support indirectly or directly. If he gets absolutely nothing else, then this is kind of bad. But yeah, here's the secret forms that you guys can take a look at. They look really cool. Well, let me feed my dog real quick. All right. Surely this will bring back box offers and reprint Elegos. Yeah, okay. Just joined. Have we got just I heard reviews that I have. Hope you enjoyed his time. I paid a lot of money to get that cameo, so I don't know what he said, but I hope it was crazy. And your guys popped off super hard for it. I was just feeding my dog. But yeah, I'm happy that these guys are getting the seek. I personally don't like these types of secrets where it's just like the letters on them and whatnot. I like the alt art ones that they used to do before a lot more, but these look kind of fucking cool. These look really fucking clean. What makes it look so clean is like the background is something simple, right? It's not like some crazy like cityscape or like something insane with like a bunch of details, right? It's just kind of like the character and like a background. I like that a lot. When it comes to like full art stuff, it looks really cool. So I might be selling some ass to get myself the Gramgrace one. I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be really expensive too because he looks like a Gundam. But we'll see. We'll see. They look really cool. Then they had a couple of other announcements that they made. So first things first, they announced that the next season of the anime, CurlyHairedVanguard Divine's Deluxe Arc, starts in January the 11th. I don't know how I feel about that either. I don't really like the fact that it's happening so quickly. Kind of wish they gave a little bit more time. But it is what it is. That's just how the industry is. But I've said I won't say much about the anime, so I won't. But yeah. Then we also got some Dear Days news. This was worded strangely, so I'm not entirely sure what this means, but I believe this is saying that we're gonna have a demo for Dear Days available on the 13th. So, ironically, 2 days after the anime airs, so it's even gonna be more outdated than it already is, right? Because we're already gonna be talking about set 7, probably set 8 almost by then. And this game is still technically in set what, 3? Set 3 plus lyrical. Does it even have set 3? I think it has set 3, yeah. So, oh well. Ripping the January set? No. At least not yet. I'm gonna kick the user's ass. It looks like we're getting more Raziel support because it's protecting again. This season is going to be Raziel supremacy. Yeah, more than likely. I'm sure Busher was happy that finally their main character deck is actually winning. After the whole slog that was Yu trying to get his deck up to snuff. But yeah, it's getting a bit much. They also revealed the promos for the Switch version of Dear Days 2, which, you know, they took a much better route than I was hoping for. So there's going to be a reprint for Gratis Gretel. That looks really cool. It is Akina with the Chalice. Then this is a reprint of Angel Ladder with Hikari, which I feel like a lot of people are going to want. I don't see flavor text on these, so maybe these are foil. That would be nice. I would like them to be triple rare foil, considering, but you know. And then finally, a promo copy of Rewrite the Star Varilla, who has a lot of the cool dudes on it. So pretty cool as well. This one's a bit unfortunate because this one's the one you have to work hard to get through 4 copies of, but at least the other 2 are one-offs. So once you get it, you get it. You got it. Plus 5k is real? Yeah, it actually is, because she actually does give you 5k. So the meme has become real. Whoops. Pink. The meme has indeed become real. Rewrite the Star Gorilla. Yeah, that's exactly what I said. Yeah, these are amazing. Yeah, they look pretty cool. I like these a lot. I like that they did regardless pieces because, again, as a normal player, you just need one copy and that's it. You don't ever need any more of these. If you have multiple decks, you have to move them around, blah, blah, blah. But in general, you just need one of these, right? It's not like this brand new insane promo that people would buy 4 copies of a Switch to get. Which is something typically Bushiroad does all the time to pump up their numbers. So I'm glad they decided to not go that route. So, is it a Choco Girl or a Purple Girl? Not Girl. Pair of just media announcement, just media advertisement. And not as much I would want to get the promos. I'm still torn between getting the game physical or digital. I have a physical copy of Dear Days. I think I have 2. I think I actually got 2, I don't remember. I have at least 1. And I have played it 0 times on the Switch. So if I do end up playing this game, it will be on Steam because that's where my original file is on. But I will probably try to get the Switch copy as well, just to get a copy of these promos. And see what kind of ass I can sell to get 3 more copies of the Verla, because he looks really cool. I can holding the Holy Grail Divines. Read the fan applications? Yeah, absolutely not. They should just lean into it and just have them like dress up as the characters while they're at it too. Man, if it came out in the 2020s, I mean, kind of, yeah. Switch version I'm grabbing? Yeah. No, I'll definitely be on Steam. Which is unfortunate, because it just means we can never play each other. Because they refuse to acknowledge crossplay is a thing. And you can just do that instead of being a bunch of dingleberries. So that's that. And then next week, next Tuesday, they're doing what again? It's the Glory, right? That's what they said. What else was it? I think it's just specifically the Glory. Oh, right. So we're getting Maelstrom, right? Glory Maelstrom. We're getting 4 cards for Maelstrom, and we're also getting a new effect front trigger. That was the other thing. Yes, and the triple rare support encounter for Suikea. So probably, as Sim was saying before, it's probably going to be tied to Aqua Force if they're going to reveal it together, but we'll see. And we'll find out if the theory of it being a 6K grade 1 originally will pan through. Could be Neo Nectar or Mega Calling. Could be. I feel like I would like to be something that's not already in the game, right? We already have Aqua Force in standard, but we'll see. If they are grade 1s, is either Penguin or Dorothea. So it has to be a 6K grade 1. I think that was it. I think that was the only. Yeah, that was the only connection we had with the first 3 that they revealed, right? Because Doreen 6K, Cocoa 6K, Glory Maker 6K. They're all 6K base. Who'd be thinking if it was an Aqua Force? I'm just saying, we already have Aqua Force. I thought it was cool that they brought Oracle Think Tank. So if they did stuff like that, right, and they did like Great Nature, I'd be okay with it. But we already have Aqua Force. So, but it'll more likely be that. Yeah, I was thinking Hamsuke would be really cool because he's 6K, but it'll probably just be Aqua Force. I don't know if I guess Lever just is a bug. I don't know anymore. Sure. But speaking of fact fronts, we've got some messages from the drop zone. So as usual, before every stream, I ask if anyone has anything that they'd like to go over for me to discuss and whatnot. Today's directly relates to what we just talked about. I have to put a hamster in my deck and put a copy through the shredder. Why? So rude to the GOAT, the original GOAT, Hamsuke, Pencil Hero. Unbelievable. But yeah. This is a question from Boyak here. So next week, Bushi would introduce a front trigger with all new abilities. What are our guesses on the new effect? Number 5k shield, please. Also, what are your opinions on effect triggers in general? Do you think that they hurt the deck building, diversity, and accessibility? And are decks not running them at an inherent disadvantage, competitively speaking? So for this, yes. 100% you are. We are at the point where if your deck cannot run effect fronts, your deck is kind of trash. To an extent, unless you have a really good reason for not running it, or you just draw a lot, you just need effect fronts to survive right now. So 100% yes. What are my guesses on the new effect? I don't know. I've been hearing, you know, a lot of people wanting trigger PGs to come back like they did in V. I'm not 100% against that. My problem is that it kind of does the same thing the effect triggers have been doing, where it's just one, yeah, they'd have to reprint it all the time because every deck plays them, and then two, every deck plays them. So every, you know, deck becomes exactly the same because everyone's forced to play this exact same thing in every single deck. So I think they hurt accessibility a ton, especially when they refuse to include them in starter products. Yeah, 100%. As well as they reprint them, but they don't reprint them in rare or even shittier rarities than that. New fronts, stand triggers. Yes, I would be 100% okay with them bringing back stand triggers. To be honest, I love stand triggers. I always pictured a heal trigger that gains 5k per damage, maybe with some cost. Well, that's not half bad. I can fucks with that. Like 5k for every card, like Soul Blast 1 or something like that, and you get 5k shields for every card in your damage zone. Or like maybe like make it like a G guard where it's like use it and then like you remove another heal, right? So that's the cost. And it's not as easy to do, so it's not like constantly insane, but like for the damage that you have, it gets 5k shield, so it's maximum what, 30k shield or something like that? No, not 30k, 50k shield, right? If you're at 5 damage, I think that's decent. I'd like that a lot. I would like that a lot, to be honest. 10k power minus 10k power and stand in the front row. I mean, maybe not the Vanguard. That's a bit much. That's like an over trigger at that point. But like if it's a stand trigger, but it says give minus 10k to 1 unit and stand it or something like that. Effectively, the effect triggers are always the same artwork in every deck. Yeah. If we can get alt effect triggers, I'd be okay with that. I would not be surprised had they not specifically said like new effect. I would assume that this is what Bushiroad was gonna do. We know we're not super against this, or Bushiroad was not super against it because they did it for Koto and they have a way around it with having the wording where it's like, oh, you can't play 4 of these because it's the same name as the original one. So I would like alt arts. I don't know why they haven't done that, right? The laundry list of things Bushiroad can do to make easy money. Alt art effect triggers is one of them. 5 damage, a 40k shield would be very, very much welcome. I agree. Yeah. I really don't think I don't think that's possible. Shield is so low. Having a grade 0 PG without your grade 1 PG hurts. Probably, yeah. I don't mind it as an option, right? I think that's the main thing these things need to do. They need to be an option. They do not need to be a straight up upgrade. They don't need to immediately power creep the old one. They just need to be another option players can play. Even if it's that they play both, I'm not against that either, right? If it disencourages the 8 crit meta we've been in since the inception of Overdose and basically Vanguard to an extent, I'm okay with that. If we just have just 8 front meta, I'm all for that shit. So something new and different would be nice. Doesn't have to be game breaking, just has to be an alternative option where it's just like with the effect heals, I think they did that really well, where it's like you get the option like, which one's more important to me, right?
Used to think Sanchen triggers. Oh, I could send the Vanguard, yeah. I have to wonder why they're revealing the fronts on the same day as Mile. Maybe the new fronts apply 10k until the end of turn to front row units like Persona? Isn't that what they already do? Oh, you mean just front row flat? Interesting. I don't know if they'll do that, because that's just a new type of trigger almost. But that's interesting. So even if the units swap out, yeah, the front row still gets the power. If things make 8 fronts a real thing, I'm okay with that. Me too. New effect front is gonna be my back buff. 8 crit, 7 front, incoming beef raid. 8 has been the thing since set 1, season 1. Maybe they've never managed to kill full critting as much as possible. Drop PGs was the most successful attempt to stop max critting before they just went screw it. Mandatory deck building rules, no more than 8. Yeah, getting some diversity in the trigger lineup would be insanely nice, right? I would love that a lot, to just open the floor up for deck building. But as long as it's not another zoo unit. Gosh, all this animal racism, just because they don't breathe water, they don't deserve to be on cards. Unbelievable. Just because they don't have fins, so they can't come back as an encounter. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Blatant, just blatantly unbelievable. But I don't know, those are some cool ideas. I feel like it's probably going to be something a lot similar. I'm hoping it's not just shield, right? As much as shield is appreciated, if it's just shield, that's kind of lame. I'm hoping that it's like a varied option. I personally want something that says put this in soul and draw 1. If they did that, like if they did that for the effect crit, I'd be okay with that, because in Barrow is just like all of my cards now can soul charge. But for a front, it's kind of rough. It's kind of rough to think about, considering what fronts already do. Harris is the only mega fish effect trigger, and he's so mid. It would be duck with a sailor intelligence coffee. Unbelievable. I wouldn't mind if it's a duck. He was cute. He can come back. But yeah, I don't know. I like effect triggers as a whole a lot. I feel like they should print effect triggers way more often. They don't have to be as generic. I don't know what the word. The effect doesn't have to be as generic as just 5k shield, where it's just always good to run. It could be a lot more situational. I'm not against that, right? Stuff that goes to soul, to countercharge like we had back in the day. Go to soul, draw 1 like we had back in the day, right? Or just actual effects on them. I'm okay with that, right? I would like to see that come back personally. I think that would add a new level to standard that hasn't been there before, because it's just been very static and boring. But we'll see. It gives them an opportunity to print different art as well. We'll see. If you want people to play your game, it's easier to acquire. Yeah. Hey Ed, how you doing, buddy? We overcorrected the effect crit problem from G by never doing effect triggers. D tried to correct the overcorrect by having them have simpler effects. I don't know. They can have simple effects. They don't have to be as crazy. I'm not against the crazy ones, but they don't have. They could just have basic as effects. Just give me something other than just okay, 5k shield. That's it. But, and someone says, "Stop by and say hi." No doubt, I understand that. Glad to hear you made it home safely. Turns to deck and Mega Locker card. Yeah, no, it's a bit much. But yeah, just some sort of simple effect. Even if it's just like when I boost, get 5k. Right? Like, I'm okay with that, honestly. I would 100% be okay with that. If we just get some sort of rarity in our crit lineup or our trigger lineup. I can't even call it trigger lineup, but specifically crit lineup.
But yeah, I don't have any personal guesses. I'm just hoping, I just have hopes, right, that it'll be something interesting. I'd be okay with PGs. I'd be okay, I guess, if it's shield again. You know, I'd be okay with stand triggers. I think that they're a neat idea, but they do hurt deck building and diversity, which is why I think they have to give us more different options instead of just, you know, giving us the same option or power creeping the existing options or something like that. Just give us different options. So when it comes, just do what you did with the heal triggers and do it for the rest of the triggers. And you are at a disadvantage for not running them competitively. I think I scared someone in my Discord when I told him I boarded my flight. They said, be safe, and the reply was, I assure you, I have no say in this matter. Oh, I mean, yeah. If you drive it, draw a card. Yeah, that would be stupid. If they make it that you draw a card, that would be really stupid, personally. As much as I would like that, that would be really stupid. But I like an on-place guarding countercharge 1. The rifle on the name, it'd have to, like, I'm not against that either, but it'd have to have the cost where it's like remove or bind or something. Like they did with like heal guards. Or those, yeah, like those heal guards that like remove the heal to like counter charge. It'd have to be something like that, unfortunately. But can I have a Mythic RPG? That's fine. I'm okay with that. Give us Mythic RPGs. Give us a Direful PG. Give us a that's like all the archetypes. Honestly, at this point, I actually have a deck. I can't really think of any other ones. I would say a Tear Dragon one, but that'd be kind of pointless. A Valeno PG, yeah, give them a Valeno PG. I'm okay with that. A Hero PG, do it. Fucking do it. Go for it. Right? Makes sense that these are, aside from like Mythiarch, these are defensive decks. They should get the ability to do that. Right. You can put the thing in like, oh, when I guard, I fucking rip the card up or remove from the game. Whatever. Fine. I don't care. Just make it a lot more, you know? In any case, that's been messages from the drop zone. Really quickly, I just wanted to mention this. So there is going to be a community run tournament that is going to be very similar to BRO. It's going to be for North America only currently, but it is called the Lunar Open. There will be more information on it as it goes. You can follow. What is this actual handle? I assume it's just card read, but it well, it doesn't count apparently. Yeah, it's just because it's shipping. Yeah, you can follow Card Dweeb on Twitter to see more information as it comes out. I'm very excited for this. I applied to try and see if I can commentate for it. I don't know if I'll get it, but if I don't, then I will compete. But we'll see. And there's also going to be pricing as well. I think it's just announced today that it's going to be sponsored by 50 Cards as well. So pretty cool. I'm always up for, of course, someone pulls an Arcanine EX on Twitter. He tags me about it. But anyways, yeah, just wanted to mention that real quickly. All right, let's talk about Dolph real quick. Sure thing, go for it. Let's talk about Dolph. I don't know if Ed is still in the chat, but yeah, I was there. That is me. That is me. Whoop. Whoop. Same. Right? This is your boy Clips Ed in the chat right now. But that was me. That was Dolph. It was a lot of fun. The chat. It's probably just the facial hair morphing into an actual draw. But so yeah, there's 2 of us, right? That's just crazy. This one's a little cooler, I think. But yeah, I have, hold on, what's that here? Sorry. So you see what this person here has, right? As you go into the venue, right? One of the things that they give you is this bag, right? Whoa. This bag here, right? Looks all cool and all. That's it. Well, I'll start with that. That's all we got. You get this bag, nothing inside of it, not even like a flyer, like watch the anime, buy our money, etc. Just this bag. And that's it. Nothing inside of it. Which I thought was kind of lame. But look at my pictures and all them. I did the same finger poses. Yeah, I think I did the same thing. Look, you should show the next thing one. Yeah, I should have grabbed that one. My attention, the bag is actually kind of better quality than I expected. Yeah, it's not like a horrible bag, but I don't know, man. I would have rathered a participation promo, which I think is what they said we were supposed to get. Instead, you only got the participation promo for competing. My fiance, you only get the promo after round 1. So you can't just like sign up and get it or show up and get it. Before, you would just show up and they would give you the promo. Now you only get it as soon as round 1 starts, which was kind of ass, I feel like, but it is what it is. Now there's, I was gonna say now there's 3 curlies, but not really. My fiance managed to pull the Fluffy Lady FFR, which is great because this is my favorite critical trigger in Lyrical. That looks really pretty. I pulled the Giorgioretta heal trigger for Lyrical, but then I gave it to my round 1 opponent because he was playing Kyrie. Yeah, we got the Lyrical ones together, yeah. And they apparently just found me and hit me up on Twitter to thank me, which was cool. Yeah, Giorgioretta, Georgina, which was cool. I was not expecting to get that. Some people got the Nation Energies, which was insane. Some people got the character heal triggers as well, but it is what it is. Overall, the trip was a lot of fun. Got to meet a lot of people. Got to meet Ed for the first time. Got to hang out with Orange, and got to play some Vanguard. Didn't really do anything else other than that. The only other thing I did was I went to Waffle House for the first time. That was good. Shockingly, they had pretty good waffles. Went to this thing called the Beltline that they have in Georgia, which is really cool. It's similar to like the High Line we have in New York, where it's just like this park, I guess, right? And it's just this like huge road that's like elevated. And I rode one of those scooters. Those scooters that you can like pay to like rent out for like, you know, whatever, and then you just drop it off. I got to ride one of those for the first time. That was kind of fun. The anime quiz. Oh man. So here's the thing about the anime quiz that I also didn't know about. Your results or your answers from day 1 carry over to day 2. You cannot fill out the quiz again on day 2 if, like, let's say you fucked up like I did. And you know, if you make another account, they might like ban you because it says like don't do that. So whatever you do on first day, make sure you get it right, and if you don't win it that way, it carries over to the next day. Yeah, that was a bit odd. I didn't like that a lot, but it is what it is. I obviously did not win the Lael. I would have started with that, but the answers were pretty simple. I think I screenshotted like all of them. Maybe we can have some fun with this. I screenshotted most of them. I don't know if I still have it open. I had it open. Oh. Yeah, they closed it. Yeah, I still had the form open because I tried to enter it again, and I used a different email, but the form is closed now. But let's see. All right. Some of these were kind of dumb. They were only pertaining to the first season, right? The very first season, specifically. So nothing from season 2. So question 1: who is the owner of the faded one of ever changing? Who is the owner of the faded one of ever changing card? Right? Is it A, Masanori Isaki, B, Mikoto Saito, C, Now Inoue, or D, Hikari Myodo? It's me, Yonet. To just tell me so I have an unfair advantage in Toronto. It's probably gonna be different questions. Must be now, yeah. I don't even know if you guys are serious or not at this point, but what's the question? Who is the owner of the faded one of ever changing? The owner of the faded one of ever changing card. Me the fuck. Yeah, it's Mikoto Saito. So that was kind of stupid. I was just like, who would not know that? Especially if you specifically watch the anime. Why would you not know that, right? Come on. Here's the next one. This one's a little bit harder. Who is the owner of the faded one of Guiding Star card? Think about that for a bit. Who is the owner of the faded one of Guiding Star? Is it A, Hikari Myodo, B, Now Inoue, C, Akina Myodo, or D, Daizo Kiyokara? Did I get asked about Masanori's eye color? I did not. No. Yeah, that one's obviously Taizo. Then it gets a little bit harder. After those first, I was like, all right, come on. Then it gets a little bit harder. All right. What is the name of the power to realize destiny? What is the name of the power to realize destiny? They're blue, by the way. Yes, his eyes are indeed blue. Money? No. Is it A, Fate Force? Is it B, Destiny Force? Is it C, Divine Force? Or is it D, Design Force? I mean, I don't actually know the answers. I didn't get like a score, right? Excuse me. Whew, that was a weird burp. I don't know the actual answers, but I kind of know the answers. Yes, it is indeed Design Force, not Divine Force, which it might kind of sound like it, but you didn't cheat by watching the anime on your phone. I did for like one of them, and then the one I got wrong is really stupid, but that one was just too difficult to watch every single episode to figure it out. But here's the next one. What is the name of the diner that Akina Myodo and Now Inaba work at? I know that it's 2 because Ek said it in chat that it's 2, but I wasn't sure if he was referring to that or something else, so I doubted myself and I think I put a different answer, but I don't remember. But yeah, what is the name of the diner Akina Myodo and Now Inaba work at? Is it A, Cook Million, B, Million King, C, Diner Million, or D, $1 million? Or sorry, Million Donalds. You actually don't know this? Come on, they talk about it all the time. Oh. Cook Million is the end of episode segment. No, I'm not. Thanks for bragging, Ek, but no, I did not win it. What's it called? What is the name of the diner that Akina Myodo and Now Inaba work at? Is it Cook Million, A, B, Million King, it's a Diner Million, or D, Million Donalds? Yeah, I don't think that would come up. All right. Akina Myodo. Boom. 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 Now, yeah, it is Cook Million. That may be the name of the end of episode segment, but that is also the name of the place. Cook Million. How many senses now have? Here's a good one for you. What is the name of the card that was featured in the Cook Million segment of episode 4? What is the card that was featured in the Cook Million segment of episode 4? Was it A, Varga, B, Welstra, C, Chris Rain, or D, Raziel? Fun Bush Road, yeah. And for episode 2, the answer was Energy Generator. Jeez. What is the name of the card which was featured in the Cook Million segment of episode 4? A, Varga, B, Welstra, C, Chris Rain, or D, Raziel? Chris Rain, because it was the episode where they pretend Megumi is useful. The answer is Chris Rain, right? I am pretty sure. I looked it up. But let me double check. I'm pretty sure that's the answer. Yeah, because that's one of the ones I had to cheat for. I was just like, I don't fucking know. I did it in my head, but I went to double check because I was like, yeah, because episode 1 is just them doing whatever. Episode 2, episode 3 is where they actually fight. And episode 4 is when they introduce her. Right. It was useful. God damn it, stop roasting her. She's already dead. Leave her alone. But yeah. Episode 4 was when Megumi and what's your name had a fight. So then which one was featured in episode 11? Right? Was it A, Liela Morta. B. Nibirus. C. Invoke Alchemist. Or D. Raziel. What was the name of the card that was featured in the Cook Million segment of episode 11? Liel, Nibirus, Invoke Alchemist, or Raziel? James idea. Crispy for 500. Already forgot Makoto's name. Checks out. Well, it's a roaster. Content because we were forever tied together by Magnolia. Liel. Yeah, it's Liel. Then this is the one where I asked in the Discord and everyone sucked. Except I think it might have been blank, I don't remember, but everyone sucked. No one can give me the answer. What is Mikoto Saito's idol nickname? Is it A. Mikochi, B. Mitochi, C. Mitan, or D. Saitan? Right? What is Mikoto Saito's idol nickname? A. Mikochi, B. Mitochi, C. Mitan, or D. Saitan? Well, who responded was correct. Yes, it is indeed C. Mitan. That's the answer that I thought it was, but I wasn't sure if that's just what they were calling her or if that was her actual idol nickname, right? I thought that's just the nickname that like Hikari or someone gave her. But yeah, Bunnyberry was her username. This was speaking of Megumi. What was the name of the team that Megumi is the leader of? I didn't get the full screenshot for this one, but it was one of them is Blackout, which is the answer. The other one was like Striders, and then like I didn't screenshot the other two because I was just like, this is stupid. There's another one that I didn't screenshot here, but I remember it from memory. The other one was, what was Varga Dragus's power in the final attack when now won the like junior cup, whatever the fuck, when she beat the hero guy? What was the final attack power of Varga Dragus? What was the number? You guys have 5 seconds because that's how long it's gonna take for you guys to scroll and look for it. 54. I was supposed to know that one. Yeah, that one I had to cheat for because like, how the fuck am I gonna know that? 58. Yeah, it was 53. 53, not 54, but 53. Yeah, 78 is too much. Close, but no. Yeah, I think the answers were like 23, or the options were like 23, 33, 53, and then like 63 or something like that. But yeah, it was 53. You just gotta pay $1 or whatever it is to turn off the ads. And then the last one, I think I might have missed one, but the last one was how many 6 damage overtriggers were there in the entirety of season 1? Is it A, 0, B, 1, C, 2, or 3, or D, 3? Sorry. How many 6 damage overtriggers were there in the entire season? A, 0, B, 1, C, 2, or D, 3? Yeah, this is the one I got wrong. 3. Season 1 only, right? Not counting season 2 or anything like that. Only season 1, according to what they said. 0. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the answer is 2. Not gonna 6 damage. Hikari? Yeah, that was in season 2. Unless that happened also in season 1. But that'd be kind of funny. I know the type of questions to expect. Yeah. yeah, there's gonna be some off ones like the Vargar one and stuff like that, and the like Masanori eye color. So we'll see what Philly has. I said 0, so I got that wrong. Me too. Yeah, so I think it's 2. I think it's 2. But Philly has me winning. We'll see. Let's see. I believe there was one in the show fight. But I could be wrong. Let me find it. Because I remember praising the series because they didn't really show it a lot. And like this was the one where it's just like, how the fuck am I supposed to find this shit? Like, you're just gonna watch every single episode? Like, I'm not gonna do that. But your old turf, yeah. The question: what was the exact order of schemes Hikari tried to pull to cancel the page clash? Yeah, that one I gotta watch an eye out for. Hey Paladin, how you doing? I'm doing alright. Just going over the BCS Deadlift trip that I had. You were at the event, yeah, because there was a judge apparently called Blank, and I was just like, what? And we kept hearing that. I'm just like, wait, what? Unless her name was something similar, but yeah, she was crazy. You were in New York this week? That's crazy. Hikari's face mask flashbacks were out of order. That was possible for sure. Yeah, I'll have to see if I can find that. But yeah, I think the answer I put in 0. That's what I thought, because I know there was an overtrigger in season 2. But yeah, I don't know. I can't watch every single episode here. But okay. But yeah, speaking of Bladmire, I guess, right? I have a blog that I'll try and get up this Friday. I don't know how to vlog, so we'll see how it goes. But I recorded a bunch of different like things that I'll slap together, and then I recorded myself after each round, talking about how the round went. But we'll go over that really quickly. Yeah, speaking of Bladmire, I played Bladmire this weekend, right? Afterwards, I want to make a lot more changes to the list. My list is rather standard, or not standard, but simple, because I don't have any of the Dual Nation Girl, and I don't have, I think that's mainly it. I think it's mainly the Dual Nation Girl. Oh, and the promo. I did not have the promo, so I didn't play any copies of the promo. So my list is basically just the original list, just I added in Veldarok and the order package, right? Should I mean totally borrow mine? Oh, that would have been great. Yeah, I didn't even bother playing the promo. I have the Dual Nation, but I just didn't feel like playing it. But I think now I'm definitely gonna play it. I'm gonna take it out of that usually. I'm gonna put it here. I think I'm gonna take out the grade 3. The grade 3 came up, right? I was able to draw with him. But I feel like the Dual Nation card is a lot better. There's some other card that they play that I don't remember, that I saw the other Bladmires play as well. But there was a lot of Bladmires, by the way. A lot of them took out the maid, which I might take out. I don't know. But yeah, this was my list, right? I'm just sorry, he's so cool because he looks dumb and stupid. That's why. Didn't they remove the promo for the boost order package? They still play the promo like 1 or 2 just because it allows you to get stuff from the drop, and it turns off intercepts, so it's still solid. But yeah, it's basically this, and then players play the Dual Nation, and some of them play the promo, some of them play like a combination of all of that. Yeah, there are apparently a lot of Bladmires. We can take a look at the ones that actually topped it a bit, but there are apparently a lot of Bladmires because I face off against one. I hit the mirror. So round 1, it was 7 rounds, cut to top 32. 7 rounds. Round 1, I fought Kyrie. Ended up losing. I lost the die roll, went second. And I don't remember what exactly happened. I have it all in my notes and whatnot, but I ended up losing that, which really sucked. Round 2, faced off against Olden. This one was a good win because it was like a relatively easy win, right? I won, I think, on like my second grade 3 turn or something like that. So I was able to get my like heat back right away. Round 3 sucked because it was obviously against Social Doji, so I was just like, ah, fuck. On top of that, I got pushed to 5 immediately, right after turn 2. They pushed me to 5 because I think they hit a crit on like turn 1 or something like that, and then they pushed me to 5 because I had all pieces in hand, couldn't guard. I ended up stabilizing, and then they played it really conservatively on their did I go first? I must have gone first. Yeah, on their first grade 3 turn, they played it relatively conservatively, and they stayed on 1 damage, or like 2 damage. Yeah, they stayed on 2 damage, didn't do anything too crazy. So then on my grade 3 turn, I didn't see Persona Rides, and I was able to Divine Skill, and I went in, swung in. They no guarded the Divine Skill, and then I checked crit. So that was 4 damage. That was game. They had 2 damage. 4 damage was incoming. Their first damage check was an over trigger. And then they went and checked the heal, right? So I really only did 2 damage to them. They negated both of my crits, and then they were at 4 damage, and then they blew me out after that. So that really sucked. Round 4 was against Labrador Prisms. This was really relatively standard. They said that they were relatively new to the game, so I felt bad that they had to match up into Bladmire. But yeah, Labrador does not like Bladmire at all, even though she can bounce stuff. It's a pretty crappy matchup. And then like I hit him with the Divine Skill, they survived. They hit the ulti defensively again, right? I checked I think I checked the crit and like a heal. So they were at 3, so they took 3 damage, and then they checked the OT, so they were fine. But then like they couldn't Persona Ride because they didn't have any copies, so they just ended up not being able to do anything that turn. So then they passed her, and then just took the first damage, and that was the game. Then, you know, I fought Olden, managed to win that one. So I was actually like, okay, maybe we can actually do this, right? If I can just win the next 2 games after this, or 3 or whatever, at that point. This Olden game, I don't remember if I went first or second, but this one was pretty close. Because we almost went to time, and I almost decked out. I had like 4 cards left in deck or something like that. But they were able to survive the Divine Skill turn. I had like triggers in my hand the entire time, so I was able to guard them. So it was basically like they were just able to guard me. Once again, I went in, swung in. I think I checked my OT offensively, finally. And then they checked their OT again. Or no, I think that was a different game. I think this time I didn't check the OT. But they checked the OT defensively again. I believe it happened again in this game. So that's 3 times someone checked the OT defensively. And what would have been a kill turn. But then I ended up just being able to just like, I guess, outpace them or just put out more damage at them. Because again, I had my whole hand worth the triggers and they weren't removing my board or anything like that. So I was okay. Went to in Rosemont, I had a person who started 2 weeks before the event. Get first. Whew, doesn't matter where you start. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. I'm gonna leave the 6 damage shield on me. Yeah. Oh, but I not only ultied my entire. I only got ultied once my entire run on top 8 by Bozadoji. Tekken Sejas to copy the ulti power. Yeah, if only. If only. Oh, but yeah, I ended up winning that, and then unfortunately, round 6 fought the mirror. I was, if I had won the next 2 rounds, and then I was like 5-2, there was like a tiny, more likely not, right? Because once you lose the first round, if you lose anywhere in the first 3 rounds, you're basically not going to top, right? You would have to lose the last 3 to have a chance to top, right? And maybe only lose 1. But there was a small miracle, like a 0.0001 chance that maybe I could top if I had just won this game and maybe paired up against someone that showed up and won that game. but more than likely I was not going to.
But I ended up going into the mirror. This was the game where I checked ulti on Divine Skill, so they would have died, but then they checked ulti again. So that's the 4th time, right? Someone checked ulti defensively. So it happened here, it happened here, it happened here, I believe, and it happened here. It happened at least 4 times. I don't remember. It might have happened in the Olden game, the first Olden game, but I know it happened in the Vladimir one and the Shojoji one and the Prism one. But I don't remember which Olden one it happened. So 4 times defensive ulti, which would have been game, right? Which would have been game. But yeah, the Vladimir mirror is the Vladimir mirror. There's not really much that I can say. It was a really long match, but they just ended up. I used my Divine Skill right away. They saved theirs. When I used my Divine Skill, I hit OT, so I would have won. But then they checked OT, and then it kind of dragged out. And then they eventually hit their Divine Skill, and I lost because I didn't have PGs to begin with. But I had a bunch of shield, but it didn't matter because I think I guarded. But then they checked like crit front or something like that, and I was dead. So. Let me. I'm not the one with. Oh yeah, I'm not the one. I got jump scared by Shoujo round 2, by 1. Then round 3 was Dolt. I got curb stop in 3 minutes. Jesus, that's crazy. I took the chance to go to the subway after mopping the floor with Dolt while plenty of round time was still ongoing. So sorry. My days defensive ultis suck. Yeah, they did. Absolutely suck. It wouldn't have made a huge difference. It might have made a huge. If I didn't get the defensive ultied, I still won the Olden Prism games. I would have definitely won the Shodoji game, right? I would have stolen that game. That would have been literally highway robbery, because I literally would have gone from 5 damage to winning the game in 1 turn. And I would have won the Vladimir mirror also. So I would have at least been 6-1. This game, who knows, right? What would have happened? Because presumably if I won the Vladimir one, I would have matched up against someone. Maybe that would have shown up, maybe not, I don't know. But I would have maybe had a chance at topping. Maybe not. But there was a small chance. It really depends on what would happen in this game. But yeah, it did really suck. It did really suck. I was also playing Vladimir, so it is what it is, right? Vladimir steers games. I just couldn't steal any games. I think I understand your problem. It's not that your opponent's flipping OT. It's your Dark Saint main soul charge their ulti. I soul charged it at least once. I think, but majority of the times I just didn't see it, or I just had it in hand. Right, a lot of times I had the ulti in my hand. I would just draw it from one of my draw skills, so I was able to guard, but I would just never. I only checked it once the entire tournament. I checked it. I think I checked it defensively. Maybe the Prism game or Olden game. I don't remember. I know I checked it defensively. I might have checked it defensively here. I think that's what happened in the Olden game, where we both checked it defensively. Where I checked it defensively on their first grade 3 turn or something like that, and then I checked it, or like, yeah, I think that's what happened in the Olden game. Is that we both checked it defensively. But then this one, I finally checked it offensively, but then they also checked it defensively. Triangle T, 50k shield. Yeah, but in Vladimir, it's kind of good to check that ulti, especially in the deck that deck dins. But Vladimir feels too high roll for me. Love the deck, but I have little faith in going the distance 7 rounds solo. I feel like the deck is a little less high rolly. It's a lot more consistent than it seems, because it has deck fin, it has draw power. It dies to a good early game because you have really nothing unless you keep triggers, which I was doing, right? I think like after this round, or like even from the start, I was keeping a critical trigger in hand in my mulligans to be able to guard, because I know I can get rushed, but sometimes it was not enough. But I think the deck is good. I think the deck is really good. Adding stuff like the donation girl to get the PGs back to your hand. You can't get PGs, never mind. But just getting like the roll the rock back into your hand and stuff like that really helps. You have insane numbers and you can scam with the drive checks because of all the deck thinnings. So I think it's less high roll than it seems. It's not like, I wouldn't even call it a high roll deck, right? I just think it's a solid deck personally. Because even if like you don't hit the nuts, if you don't high roll and you don't hit triggers, I still think Vladimir is a good deck. So that's why I don't think it's high roll. And it's fairly consistent in what it needs to do, right? You can get the 8 soul, 4 soul every turn really easily. You can really easily Z your Zomu, you can draw cards, right? So I wouldn't call it high roll.
I'm not saying it's the most consistent deck in the world, but I don't think it counts as high roll personally. But yeah, that was the experience. I didn't play Premium Day 2. I tried to play the free fight. Round 1, played Barrow. Went into Shoujo Doji. They checked crit on turn 1. Checked Dragon Empire OT on turn 2. So I lost. And they were doing a single elimination, where once you lose, you're done. Then I did it again, and I played Koro against a Bladmire. It was playing pretty well. And then I did like a 2 to pass or something like that. I don't remember what it was. Yeah, I think it was a 2 to pass on their Divine Skill turn. And then they checked like front crit or something like that. So I took 3 damage, or they checked OT, I think it was. Yeah, I think they checked OT because I think I took like 4 damage and I lost. So yeah, it was pretty. As soon as I lost this game, it was rough for me the entire week in terms of trying to play Vanguard. I think it needs too many pieces to safely pull off the game plan he's got going for it. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's not Peaceful Night. It definitely is. Someone Fennel says, "Hi, do you have any PGs in hand?" They don't. Speaking of Fennel, let's take a look at the actual events. So I know this chart is a little bit difficult to read sometimes, but these are the actual decks here, right? And these are the colors that they matched up on. So essentially what we have here is we had 7 Shoujo Dojis that made it to top 32, 6 Leonorns, 3 Bladmires, 2 Chrono Jets, 2 Leoshafels, 2 Michus, 2 Shiranuis, and then 1 Alden, Fennel, Herminia, Impaldio, Lutetia, Varga, and Welstra. Made it to top 32 cut. Then after that, you go into the inner ring here, right? This is top 16. In top 16, we had 4 of the 7 Shoujo Dojis. We had 5 of the 6 Leonorns. 3 of the 3 Bladmires made it into top 16. 1 Chrono Jet. 1 Leoshafel. 1 Fennel. 1 Varga made it in. Then in top 8, we had ourselves 3 of the original 7 Shoujo Dojis. 3 of the Leonorns made it in. A single Bladmire. Oh wait, no. Yeah, a single Bladmire? Yeah, a single Bladmire. A single Varga. Right? No, I think none of the Bladmires. This is Fennel. I think this is Fennel actually. Yeah, it's a little bit hard to tell because they're the same color. No, this is Fennel. No Bladmire made it into top 8. They all died in top 16. So this is Fennel. So it's 3 Shoujo Doji, 3 Leonorn, 1 Fennel, 1 Varga. Then your top 4 was 1 Varga, 1 Leonorn, 1 Fennel, and then 1 Shoujo Doji, 1 Varga. And then it came down to Leonorn versus Varga. Varga won the whole thing. Right? Yeah, that's for the Fennel list. Well, I'm actually friends with the Fennel player. So I actually do have their list here. So congratulations again to Starling. They managed to get 3rd. Because they fought against, I guess, the Shoujo Doji, I guess it was. Yeah, they fought against the Shoujo Doji to get 3rd place. It's pretty much the same Fennel list from like Divine Set 1. Yeah, I love Starling. I finally got to meet her on Saturday, which is great. But yeah, 3rd place with Fennel. You'll love to see it. But yeah, it's just Fennel, Stegra, 3 Paresia, 2. It's pretty standard Fennel list, right? Nothing crazy here. How many of the order we're playing? Because I know sometimes they play 15. Oops. Oh, it finished. That's what happened. All right. Minecraft music. I guess we can do Minecraft music if it actually plays. All right, now. the hell is living mice? I'm not hearing anything. All right, let's just go turn the test. But yeah, so we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16. So 16 orders, including the cup, 3 Podessia, 4 Stegria, 4 Crispin, 2 Fennels in main deck, 8 crit, 4 fronts, red OT, 2 excuse me, 2 of, I think, the crit heal, I'm not entirely sure, and 2 normal heals. So yeah, that was super dope. Another thing that was super dope, Ed, not Eclipse Ed, but Ed the Crimson, that's in the Discord and also in the chat sometimes, they made it to, I believe, top 8. They were one of the Leonorans here, which is great. So they also managed to make it to the top, which is really cool. I have no idea what yeah, me neither. I have no idea what this is trying to spell. I thought it was dick at first, but I don't think that's it. I don't know if it's supposed to be the deck code. No, it's not that. I thought I had figured it out, but no. Yeah, because this is presumably an E? Oh, is it best deck? Oh, yeah, that's probably what it is. Yeah, it's best deck in format. That's what it is. I'm trying to spell it like an actual word, but it's an acronym, so that makes sense. So yeah, so it's actually that. Yeah, this is an F. It's just this here was confusing. This is confusing, but I guess ignore that. And then you see it as best deck in format. Where did you get set for? Not out yet. The chart, yep, indeed. She has for Dullif, also for Lima, which we'll take a look at a bit, which I did not know was on the same day. I think they only had standard, and that's it. I think they had a 1-day BCS. Yeah, I would have never gotten it. It's just because of this, right? If this wasn't here, maybe I could have gotten it, but yeah, that part threw me off. But anyways, let's take a look at Peru. So here is your top, what, 8? 16? 16? No. Yeah, top 8 for Peru. So we had ourselves 2 Michus, 1 Almagestor, 1 Labrador, 1 Shojidoji, 1 Varga, 1 Welstra, and 1 Youthberg. The Youthberg made it through. The Welstra did not. The Varga made it through. The Shojidoji did not. The Labrador made it through. The Almagestor did not. And 1 of the Michus made it to top 4. And then in top 4, you had yourselves Labrador versus Michu. So you had freaking Lyrical Showdown. And you had Labrador win the whole thing. Crazy. Did I do premium also, or did you go home? No, I was still there. Sunday, I just did not play premium. I didn't bring my premium deck. I'll try for Philly maybe to play premium. Originally, the plan was to play Shadowverse, but then I just didn't have time to actually learn or catch up with Shadowverse because I'm still in like set 4. And I obviously didn't practice any premium, so I just didn't do anything. I just tried to do the free fights, and I just kept getting washed. So yeah. You also had a Labrador and Michu in top 8. Nice. Yeah, they're very good decks. Labrador, I think, is pretty cheap as well. Well, relatively, right? The core is at least cheap. But yeah, pretty cool, pretty cool. So we had, what was it? Varga winning in Dullif, and we had Labrador winning in Lima. And we had Labrador, I think. No, we didn't have Labrador here. I know I fought a Labrador, but we didn't have Labrador topping. We had Labrador topping in Lima. We had Michu topping in both, I believe. No, oh yeah, there was some Michus here. Yeah. The closer calls than Shoji was in Swiss. Yeah, they're pretty good decks. But that's that. We have ourselves Vienna, I think it's this weekend, which I didn't know was a BCS. And then we have ourselves Houston the following week, and then I don't know what's after that, but then after whatever that is Philly. But speaking of Philly, we have ourselves here WGP. I think this is one of the last ones that we'll have. Interestingly enough, right? Bushiroad used to not show collab decks on pie charts because they didn't have the rights or whatever. But here's Love and here's Black, so that's kind of cool. They might have been there before, but that's kind of cool. I didn't really realize that. So I know, what's the card in standard that sounds like Yasuba? Orange had mentioned it. Yotsuba. It's the... I'm assuming you mean the deck. It's the Keter Quintet. Because that has the instant win conditions. She doesn't like that because it's an instant win condition. But that has been propping up now and then. But alright, let's take a look at the A block for this event. Which I actually didn't look at any of the results because I was in Dulles when this was posted, and then I saw this block, this part, and I was just like, wow. Much diversity, much boring. Because we have ourselves here 2 teams with 2 Raziels. Every team has a Raziel. Almost every team has a Levery Dress, and then we have ourselves here 2 Vargas and a Oleum. They are indeed counting them as separate decks because they're stupid and they don't realize it is the same fucking deck. So everyone is just going in with 2 Raziels, even though diversity cut's a thing. So yes, there is normal Raziel and new Raziel, because Bushiroad doesn't know the difference between them and they can't be bothered to separate their own data. We're finding the Age Restore kicking top again, I guess so. I guess we can take a look at these lists real quick. Let's go over here. Yeah, very stupid. Where am I? Whoops, wrong one. Right. So I did you guys the favor, and ahead of time I copy and pasted, or I wrote out, I should say, all of the deck lists. So I'm expecting all the Lever Dress lists to be exactly the same. But here's the Lever Dress list. Like I've said last time, it's the same core cards, right? It's 2 to 4 of the Musketeer, 4 of the original, 4 of the cute lion leopard girl, fox girl, whatever, 4 of the bug, 4 of the dual nation, and 4 of the multi-attacker, 2 of this thing. That's basically been every Lever Dress list with a couple of different ratios, but it's generally the same thing. For free, what's the other thing now? It's the only generic, yeah, aside from like Regalia's pieces. So make sure you have yourself this girl, especially in FFR if you want it, this girl in SR, which I have to get 3 more somehow, and this fella, which I've managed to get 4 in SSR. By next set, if you want to play Lever Dress. No pile. Okay. Here is Raziel. So pure Raziel with the original one in Ride Deck, and then 4 of the new one, 2 of the Gabe Lewis, 4 Nipple, 4 Kadwala, 4 Dog, 2 of this girl. See every list playing this girl, usually a 4, 1 Maple. Pretty interesting. I believe they're all going to be just about the same as this. For example, here is another Raziel list. This was a little bit different. So they have ourselves here, actually the Alden line, right? This is the original Alden line here, so that's kind of cool. But it's still all the Raziels, plus 2 Gabe Lewis, 4 of the Dual Nation Girl, 4 Nipple, 4 Kadwala, 4 Dog, right? About the same. This one actually plays the Countercharger and the one back row Maple, which is interesting. The Alden line goes pretty hard, not gonna lie. Yeah, I do like that line a lot. Oops. If I were to build Raziel, I'd probably go with that line, personally. With like maybe the undercover starter. Here's another Raziel list. Literally the same as the last one, except a different Maple, right? And I think they switched the Raziels, right? Because of the 2 off means it might not be that pricey. Yeah, okay. You tell yourself that. Here is Lever Dress. Again, like I mentioned, 3 or 4 of her, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. This one only runs 1 of this, which is interesting. They made space for the Mythiarch here. Overall, it's about the same. There's probably another Raziel. Yep. They actually play the Gramgrace Grade 2 Soul Blast 1 to ride for free, or without discarding, I should say. In the original Alden line. But it's the same ratios for the most part. 1 less of the Dual Nation here, but 4 and 4. This plays both Maples. I guess for Varga, right? I guess that's why we're taking in the Maples. And 1 of the Cat and the Calburn. So that's what this one is, right? Yeah. Let's take a look at this one. This was a Varga list. Playing the grade 1 in the ride line, so that you can ride for free going to turn 2. Other than that, it's relatively unchanged for the most part. Everything is about the same, right? I realized what time it is. So I might have to end abruptly here. Maybe we'll go through the rest next time, because I have to go run a quick errand. But I guess we can finish off this team real quick. This is Lever Dress. Same thing. They play 1 copy of the Countercharger here, which is interesting. For whatever reason, don't need the Countercharger anymore. And then this is the 14th place team, which is another Raziel. This one actually plays 4 copies of the Noltia, which is interesting. But other than that, the general core is about the same. Yeah, they're all basically looking like the same. Yeah, I don't understand why they're cutting the Countercharger, to be honest. It doesn't make sense to me at all. But every single list only plays maximum like 1 copy of the Countercharger. But alright, sorry for the abrupt end. I forgot I have to go run a quick errand. We'll go over these maybe Thursday. The rest of these. We went over this. Whoops. These, and these. We just didn't go over these yet, but they're about relatively the same. Let's get the king doesn't need counter blast. Yeah, but like I don't know, you still use the counter blast. But I guess it's not mandatory. But alright, anyway guys, yeah. I'm gonna head out. Thank you everyone for stopping by. We'll go over the rest of these next time. Till then, take care of yourselves and each other. Play Vanguard and have yourselves a damn good one. Thanks Ed. And good luck editing.